We back. It's fifth one. I think this is the fifth one. Yeah. Uh, these are the three newest additions to the desk. I indulged in my very first special interest. And then there's also this. My dad impulse bought like a ton of cereal, and I guess TXT did a brand deal with cereal companies. Hi. So when he was gonna throw the last box out, we decided to cut him out. He was like, "Is this one of your boys?" I'm like, well, it's kind of a younger brother to my boys. Anyway, here's the actual sketchbook with our stickers. Of course, the one I still have way too many of. I should really check to make sure whenever I buy a roll of stickers online, they're not 500 stickers. Uh, this one that we got at a bake sale, vegan bake sale. We You can kind of see where we cut off the PETA watermark because we hate them. But the stickers were free and we were just giving them, so we figured that we would at least put them on stuff and cut out the PETA logo. Then we got Doherty Zero sticker that Siobhan got at the show that I couldn't go to because it was 21 and up. And I was in Denver to see My Chemical Romance that night anyway. One of the payments, one of the ways that the band pays me for working their merch table. This, I believe, is supposed to be Captain Kirk and Kat. I don't know who made it. My mom just showed up one day and put all these Star Trek stickers in front of me. It was like, pick one. This I got at STLV. This I also got at STLV when I saw the last 5 minutes of the Detectivism panel. This came with my headphones, and I didn't have anywhere to put it, and I didn't have another sticker I could put to cover it up either, without covering up any of the others. So I had to put it on to something, so I didn't go to complete waste. And I figured putting it on a sketchbook would be the easiest way to get rid of the sticker, because I'm not going to be carrying it around everywhere forever like my laptop. Then we got the monkey sticker Daya gave me. This Your Anxiety is a Liar sticker my mom got for me. Again, I don't know who did it. Someone just came to her work with it. So, this I got as a thank you from the person running the Rolling Bitch Face merch table, because I helped them out a bit that night too. And then this one I also got STLV. So those are the stickers and the newest additions to the desk. The first two pages of this are old work. I'm going through and filling out a bunch of old sketchbooks never got finished before I go out and get any new ones. And it's just a short comic for characters. I don't even remember what they were for. I think it was a music based story. And then the Star Trek doodle page. So now let's go to the first page of actual work. Oh, and this sketchbook also, last sketchbook, the last half of it was filled with notes from my intro to psychology class and my math class. This one's going to continue that for the first half of it. Yeah. And of course, we're opening on a story that I dropped. Although I did like some of these designs, but I wasn't really feeling it all that much. More for that dropped one. At least it gave me like an excuse to like go back to practicing drawing animals. But I can do that with another one of my new ones. Oh, and I was trying like this like triangle thing for like old like gesture sketches and stuff, not just doing like the line of action. And here's some stuff from outside perspective. Also like covered in notes from my psychology class. Doing some experimenting with like work with like color and color pencil. I do kind of like this one, although his face is a little wonky. And then like practice with like expressions and like that eye mask thing. I found the eye mask thing actually really helpful. I know it's not for everyone, but it definitely like has helped me keep my eyes in place and line up the eyebrows better. Some stuff for Neon Apocalypse. Some stuff for Immortal. Like this one, I clearly like did not finish this one. And then like I tried to do like this thing with like a red gel pen. I have like a bunch of colors of gel pens, but you can see that like I rarely use them except for like added effects, but I've started like putting in a lot more like structure into like my sketchbook stuff. So now I'm doing a lot more finished pieces in them, not just like loose unfinished stuff. Oh, and Tane. I really, really enjoy drawing Tane. The multiple arms is like really, really fun to draw. Like I don't know why people don't give their characters more limbs. It's pretty fun. I can imagine working for Star Trek the animated series. They must have had a lot of fun with that one alien with one extra arm and one extra leg. Except for Runaway. I need to like practice with like drawing weapons and stuff because it's not props. I'm even worse with props than I am with backgrounds. Just especially like ones that are so precise and like mechanical. I talked about this in like the last sketchbook video with my trouble with drawing like wheelchairs and stuff because it's very mechanical and trying to like work through that is hard for me. And this is like just a little nod to like the way Mattias is gonna be introduced in Runaway is him coming home from like waiting outside a record store until they opened to get one of the first copies of the new Chris Dexter album, which is a fictional musician in the world of Runaway. And he's gonna like come into the door being like, sorry I was out late, but look what I got. Practice with like faces and stuff. I just want to like practice with like ages of characters by like morphing where I put facial features. You know, it's still something I need to work on. I'm terrible at like I'm really bad at putting ages on my characters unless they're like 80. Unless they're like 80 years old, I can like easily draw an 80-year-old, but even like small children I struggle with to draw. Some practice with like the thing in because this character is supposed to be a volleyball player, and All I know about volleyball is from watching Haikyuu. I need to do more actual research about it. But in Haikyuu, they always like draw the characters like so flat on the ground, trying to like catch the ball with the like top of their hand. And I'm like, ow, that must hurt. But also, it must hurt. That's all I can think about. I'm not a sports person. Practice with color pencil work. They're supposed to be rivals with benefits. Stuff for note. Thank you for the music. Practice with like drawing makeup traditionally. I don't think I did a very good job. I need to definitely practice that more. And this is what I mean by like I'm terrible at like drawing props, worse than backgrounds. I think like I don't know if it was the last one or the one before where I drew like a Meow Wolf background, and that one was pretty good considering the fact that I didn't have reference for it. Because as I said, in these sketchbook tours, I don't use references because one, I'm drawing like in class and I can't exactly pull out my phone in class to Google references. So I kind of just like do it based on my like imagination. But thankfully I have hyperphantasia. So I'm pretty good at like drawing things from memory. But and then like at night I draw during like my 30 minutes without screen time before bed, so obviously there I can't look up reference either. And this one I'm really excited about. Voices off camera is one I've added to like my repertoire of stories, and I really like it because it's based on film school. It's a bunch of characters in film school, so that's fun. You see, like this is Juliet, and she would absolutely like be the kind of mic person that holds the mic like that. It's a lot easier to hold the mic like that, even though it causes so many problems. And like this is like specific stuff that like I've had to do, and then like also practice with like drawing tattoos traditionally as well. It's gonna be like a running theme with them that Renee would just break everything and Kai has to like jump in and like fix it. And see, this is more like how you're supposed to hold the mic. But again, I don't blame a mic person for holding it that other way. It's a lot easier on your arms. It's gonna make it a lot harder for the editing department. Forgot his tattoos. Boims with the stubble. I really liked the last season of Lower Decks. It was good. Like, it sucks. It ended teasing something that I really hope they actually make a show out of. Like, that's been the theme with, like, Picard as well. Like, the ending to Picard also makes me want a show that continues from that ending. And Lower Decks did that too. I'm like, I want a Star Trek show where they go through different universes. Like, that sounds so fun, and they can do whatever they want. They don't have to worry about a canon in that show because they can just change it. I mean, that final, like, last 2 episodes changed a lot by, like, having a universe where Trip didn't die or didn't have a fake death to join Section 31. And Garrick Shear happening. Is it, again, terrible at drawing props. It's one of the chairs in one of my classrooms I tried to draw. There's also something fun about drawing Keelan. Like with Tane, he's fun to draw because of like the demon tail. I don't have a lot of characters with tails, which is surprising considering that I started my art journey with anime, and yet I have one character with a tail, and it's him. More practice with faces. This one I definitely need to, because there will be like Unfinished Business will have flashbacks and stuff, so I need to like make sure that I make it clear like the older versions of characters and the younger versions of the same characters, like especially with Aaron and Micah, because Daniel didn't age. Like that's the issue. He's dead, he didn't age, he's a ghost. But Micah and Aaron have. So like I need to like work out their teenage faces versus their older adult faces. And like also practice with drawing like bust gestures, I guess. I like drawing a bit of fluff when it's my characters. I don't mind romance in my stories. I just get bothered by it with everything else. I can do what no one else can. But they are cute. And then there's smoking that funny grass on live stream together. So fun to draw. I can't get enough of them. And like again with like practicing with the triangle specifically for perspective, because I saw like that and clearly I was mad at my classmates. Practice with some traditional vitiligo. I feel like this is also something that I need to practice more. I don't think it's terrible, but it's something I need to work on. Traditionally, that is. I think I'm pretty good at digital drawing with vitiligo. And then like drawing practice with the tattoos in a more finished piece. I think I went a little overboard, though. I don't know anyone who has tattoos that clean and covering the skin tone. It's so much harder to do that traditionally than digitally, of course, because with digital I can put it on like a lower opacity. Practice with drawing. This is going to be an actually very important thing in the show must go on. It's a very important scene. It's a lot of discovery happens in it. And again, practice with vitiligo, but this time on a more pale character. I'm not quite sure how I feel about this one. I think I like what I was going for. And then I tried inking and then using colored pencils. I don't think I like it as much as with marker, but figured I'd give it a shot. You must be getting into when school ended. That semester ended. So we're not seeing a lot of notes anymore. Comic. And then practice with the hand in this piece for Chandrika. For Chandrika. I need to have that pronunciation drilled into my head, because I don't know if it's it or E. I forget that a lot. More practice with vitiligo. More traditional comics. And practice with more color pencil work. I didn't even like bother to do like the designs on her outfit, because fuck that traditionally. I have a love-hate relationship with fantasy designs. They're cool to look at. I hate drawing them. I like them once they're done. Some thumbnails for the demo state piece. It's supposed to be like practice for when Tomas is supposed to be like scary and in Owen's nightmares and stuff. Some Sheeta drop with the third eye showing, and another traditional comic for Bus to Nowhere. The story based on that obscure music video by Moss Party Pond. Really like trying to like really get like gesture and like facial expression stuff done. And like with color pencil, I like to have it be messy and a little unfinished, but to get like the key points down, and you can see the silver there, it's meant to be there. It's not me accidentally smudging stuff. It's supposed to represent this psoriasis. Practice with the vest, the Argyle vest that Jose Antonio has. And more practice with the wheelchairs. By the way, this is going to be the most NSFW image you're going to get in this sketchbook. This is definitely not going to be anywhere close to the final like thing at the bus and Bus to Nowhere. They've got a chainsaw. It's supposed to be fight with tools. Drawfee cursed me. I've written 2 stories based on Drawfee episodes. But I really like the Chosen Blade story going on. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna make it. And you see there, Chosen Blade's a chainsaw. Instead of the animals being like the motif of the characters, like in the episode, these weapons are gonna be little animal companions that turn into those weapons. Instead, they're gonna be called defenders, and the people that wield those weapons are called protectors. It's supposed to be like the premise of that one, and there's supposed to be like this like war that happened years ago, but there's a character that is still alive from when that war happened. Or practice with drawing. I think this is this is Foothills Art School. The story that I started working on for an art school, but it follows the teachers instead of the students. I really like this one. God, that voice. I do like this one a lot. I think like the light pink shading was good. I think I did okay with the lips. Still need to like really practice the lips traditionally and digitally too, really. More practice with the IMAX to make like specific expressions with just the eyes. Some stuff for New Pantheon. They're not supposed to like each other in the beginning, but they'll get used to each other. Practice for the Show Must Go On piece I did for Black History Month. And then more practice with wheelchairs. Andorian. And this is the last page. Practice with like drawing just based on like kind of one color. It's supposed to be Leah at a merch table. I'm not sure what kind of fake band. You can tell like you can kind of tell who I got inspired by when it comes to local bands. I may have a bias. But that's supposed to be that, and then Mr. Woods teaching, and then Lake reading off a passage of research that they did for the group. And that's it for this sketchbook. And it's time to get rid of that one and move on to this one, which will be done a lot quicker because it's less pages, because I guess I tore the old ones out instead of, well, not necessarily, because they're still old pieces starting in here. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this one, and then I'll just see you when we get through this one.